there's one more thing that I just want to dive into and steer me away from it as well. But within your notes, you have something around a Hindi and Nepali church.
Yeah.
Talk to me a little bit about that experience because I think it, I mean, ties into what you were studying, global studies, but I also think it ties into your openness and some of that thinking, for lack of better words, that you were doing and exploring in
Sure.
college.
Sure. Yeah. So there's two kind of church connections that I think are worth talking about a little bit here. The first was a very small church that was primarily ethnically Hindi and Nepali. When I say small, I mean that sometimes it was just me, the pastor of the church, and one other person. And
Okay.
sometimes it was a larger group.
Hmm.
We would meet on Saturdays and just, kind of express community together. I got some exposure to homemade curries, which was awesome.
Nice.
Uh,
Yeah.
Probably one of my favorite memories from that time. And in addition to that, I was also a worship leader. I think I was officially a worship pastor at the time. I think that was my title, but I might be wrong. For a church in Portland, off of Gleason and Sandy.
Okay.
And so I was there for, I think, 2 years, pretty regularly leading worship there as well. Both of those experiences were very formative for me. The
Hmm.
first was about expression of community in a very small and more intimate setting. It required a lot for me of self reflection. I'd been very used to an environment where we were performing, and in an environment where there's just like five people, it's not really a performance anymore. It's almost like a campfire style setting where you're just together and you're just in that small group. Um, so I kind of meandered around a little bit there, but both of those environments were very much tied to that sense of community for me. The latter more in a sense of leadership, and the former more in a sense of self. Who am I in those environments, and who am I separate from those environments? I think. um, yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. And I don't want to take away from too much from the next section. So if you're gonna, dive into this there, just stop me. But
Sure.
I think it's really it's interesting to hear like, to see you as a worship pastor and then see where you are today. And not saying that where you are today can't coincide with being a worship pastor at the same time, but back then, did you really feel like that was your path?